I mean, it doesn't really matter now, but I just think it's funny that I'm the one who actually designed the American government structure. Well, I did some work with other things too, China and everything else, although I didn't really play such a big role over there. That was kind of like, it depends. I mean, they're going to have to look at their own history, but I didn't play such a big role in China. I did do some of it, but a lot of it, and they were doing a lot of stuff for me, I guess. I don't really know. I mean, some of the way their government worked with the whole structure of their government. I did some stuff there with them, but and I forget how much, but not as much as most people would think. Um, their structure was more like just kind of what they wanted to do or what they thought was would be best, really. And they actually tried out different government types within their country for a bit, or something like that. I don't really know. I really don't care. But with the American government or the United States government, the United States of America, really, realistically, it's just American government. That was my design. That was my idea, or my best idea for what would work. The CIA, the FBI, and the voting and the senators and how everything would work with votes and everything like that. Whether or not it really did work, I don't really know. So anyway, like I say, um, I mean, kind of like the way internal affairs, the FBI, and everything else, and all the different groups. I did it when I was 7. So anyway, I did a lot of things. So anyway, and technically Kennedy locked me, put me in a coma, but whatever. Anyway, I don't really care. It doesn't really matter, but it just was done. So anyway, and now everyone's just kind of stuck with it because I did it. So anyway, I also did the Constitution and other things. I did a lot of things, or at least I said this is how this should be done. This is how that should be done. Um, anyway, now everybody just has to deal with it, I guess. So anyway, but it was my government, so my country, my government. Germany was more or less not so much. That was kind of like I left it. It was kind of like voting system unchecked. And like I said, they voted in 3 different governments, and we had to pick one exactly. So anyway, it's all confusing, and I don't like I say I don't care anymore. It just is the way it is, and that's the way it is. It doesn't matter who was running America. It was my design, my country. So anyway, with the 2 president, vice president, and everything else, and all the different ways of chain of command. I made other videos about this, but yes, it's true. So anyway, then everybody just gets to deal with this. Like I said, also my name is copyrighted, Rockstar, or not Rockstar. Sorry, scratch that. No, I mean Star is copyrighted, and so is Lucifer. Anyway, yeah. So, or at least I didn't. It's just it's my name. SL or LS basically. Lucifer Star, Star Lucifer. So anyway, it's my first and last name, or just LS. Also, my name is Brian. So anyway, yeah, and a lot of the bunkers and stuff like that, just it's the way it is. I did it, and I think I might have made myself president. So anyway, whatever. Doesn't really matter, and I don't really care anymore. And Nixon and JFK were making a mess of everything anyway. So just one of those things that people. I mean, I don't know if you really. I don't think it really never said exactly who designed the American government. Well, I did. So anyway, and I don't really care. Technically, I designed the genetics for the human race and the exoskeletons and everything else. So anyway. Shrug. I also had a lot of riverboats back in the old days. And I allowed gambling. Well, originally I allowed gambling everywhere, but then it was becoming too much of a problem, so I only allowed gambling on the riverboats, which worked just fine for a lot of different people. So anyway, it doesn't. I don't really care. So that's why there's a lot of riverboats with gambling on them, and eventually on boats and ships. Anyway, that's what they did with a lot of old ships. Anyway, but it was becoming a problem. So anyway, eventually I'm not exactly sure about everything. So, and it gets all confused and lost and everything else like that. So, anyway, like I say, I don't care, and you people just have to deal with it, I guess. I mean, I thought it was a pretty good system, but shrug. I don't know. Anyway, though, but yeah, Brian Bradley or Lucifer Starr designed the American government and did the biological stuff for the human race, genetics and all that. I also created horses. So anyway, I'm tired, and it's been a long, long, hard road for me. But anyway, though, like I say, 400 planets and the LSF-A colony ship and other spaceships. And oh well, it was a long road and had to deal with a lot of different things. So, and I've tried to explain it as best as I can in all my videos, so people can understand it. At least a little bit about the world and universe around them. So, I also accidentally nuked. Well, I didn't accidentally nuke Japan. I thought that they were attacking, and I was mistaken. They were doing something else. So, probably. Yeah, I'll have to ask them. Anyway, like I said, I apologized afterwards and even said I was sorry and that I was mistaken. So anyway, I don't really know, and people just have to deal with what was what. Like I said, technically I've been whatever. So anyway, like I said, there was no Lucifer Starr citizenship or citizen. I was Brian, citizen of America. So anyway, I wanted to change my name back to Lucifer Starr, but certain people wouldn't let me. So, and anyway, maybe it was better that way. So anyway, well, it was becoming too chaotic with the whole companies and company structure, and there are too many people basically voting in or getting put in positions where they were in a board or whatever. So it's just too much of a pain to own companies anymore. So I decided it would be better just to own the whole country. So anyway, and then when I bought the country, I named it Germany. That I don't think I named that country, but I don't know. I did name a lot of things. They wanted me to do an endless list of names, and I was tired. I didn't particularly want to name anything. I mean, I'm just the ancient old creator. So of 2 galaxies plus 800 others, maybe 3,000. I don't know. I lost track after a while. I was building whole civilizations. So anyway, yep. And oh well. I don't know, but I'm that person. So anyway, I also kind of dictated the Constitution and the first things of the American government. I had some stuff, and then we locked some people inside of a building and basically said, "Don't come out until you're done," and stuff like that. So anyway, and they drafted it, and I made a few changes or whatever, and then said, "Okay, I guess that's good enough." So anyway, I don't know. I don't care. But yeah. So anyway, and then there's the mining stuff and all kinds of other stuff. And, people realized what was going on a long time ago. And there was money set aside for certain peoples that would safeguard the civilization, not just the police. So anyway, freelance protection people, since the American government was kind of like off to one side since JFK and Jimmy Carter. So, or Richard Nixon, actually. Who wasn't actually Richard Nixon. He was actually just a clone. The real Nixon apparently died. So, Jack Nixon or whatever. I don't really know. He's a Secret Service agent. And then he was running around with a nuclear football, threatening to blow up the whole planet. So, anyway, I don't know. Ask the Hells Angels. They knew more about it than I did. And other people. And I don't really care because, I mean, I do care, but I mean, not a lot I could do about it. And, a bunch of people who would shoot first, and shoot first, we're trying to win a war or something. I don't really care. Yankees or whatever. Anyway, like I say, ask Germany, ask China, ask Russia. They had to deal with it more than anyone else. So anyway, as basically I was not in my White House, and people were pretending to be Lucifer Starr or something like that, or someone in the White House that was me or important. Anyway, whatever.